company is Black Series Edition LLC. We have another second company, which I have to start working on that website too, under our exotic screen paints, or advanced ambient rejection exoticscreenpaints.com. Sorry about that. I'm up early in the morning getting some work done on the website. I like to constantly keep updating. So we put a section on the website for infinity ceiling applications. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. Let's bring in finishing up the rest of the page. We have these pages on our site where it just gives off a lot of information for the customer, and they can get a chance to check out some cool displays at the same time. I'm also going to be reconstructing 3 of my computers in here for new cases, power supply. I don't think I have to put any heavy graphic card. Actually, one does need another graphic card because the graphic card did burn out in this one, which the work PC needs a better card. But other than that, I think I have. Actually, I'm gonna change out all 3 cases, but I'll be doing that for the gamer section on over there, with some PC builds over there. All right, let me see. Make sure we got this nicely done. All right. And we're doing some of the work on the page, explaining the information page, more of the information page. So it's pretty cool special effects we have on here. And there are some of the projector ceiling displays we did for the website. I'm gonna repost it over here also too. Let me see. Let me see what we got here. Something I'm gonna put here. Oh, picture slideshow. So the technology we develop here is a much more affordable and cheaper way of basically displaying a ceiling visual effect for your dedicated home theater room, or for your business, restaurants, or any place you want to have it at the end of the day, because the technology is designed to have an extremely good ambient light rejection technology embedded into it, which means we can use it with the lights on, and we don't have to worry about the screen washing out or fading or having any discoloration look to it. And mind you, this is fantastic if you want to display an outer space or a universe, or you want to do an ocean with fish, or however we want to do it, or just visual effects. You don't have to worry about the screen having any problems with washing out or fading, because it's designed to absorb light. Also too, another beautiful part of it does not require expensive overpriced projectors. Now, from some of the companies I've talked to, especially I do my research when dealing with this kind of stuff to make sure I know exactly what I'm talking about at the end of the day. The problem is that they don't use a lot of black screens. They use a lot of gray and white screens, and this is the reason why they have to spend the money for these expensive projectors, because again, they have to put back something into the screen that's being washed away by the lights. Well, first of all, they're not going to have the lights on to begin with, because again, it's going to plague an issue on the screen. Let me see what now picture visual. Let me see picture sound, picture slideshow. Let me see pictures. I'll put my pictures in here too. We took a ton of nice pictures. Pictures. Show them up. Make sure that's right. slideshow. Oh, it's all one word. That's definitely one word. All right. Let's get it to here. Slideshows are one word. Bring it down a little bit. I don't like that font too much. That's much better. I'll take that one. So to educate myself a little bit more on Infinity Ceilings, I know something quite a bit about Infinity Ceilings, but I always try to educate myself on what newer technology you're using now and how much work it goes in compared to installing one of our ceilings technologies. And keep in mind, if you're doing an Infinity ceiling, you're going to be watching the same display over and over again. And they range from anywhere from 2,000, a really good one is around next to a good one, let's put it this way. The starting range for that is 2,000 and up. Let me see, we want to put in, is there enough room for a gallery? We should have enough room for a gallery. Let me see. Yeah, we should have enough room to put a gallery in there. I like to use the carousels, 3D carousels for my setups. Yep. We're not, we're good, we're good, we're good. Let me see, change your image. We'll get there, the last one be ahead. Let's see. I know I got them in there, but I'll go this way instead. It's a little easier for me. I got tons of files in that one section, and it would take me forever to go through all those files and try to figure out exactly where those slideshows are at. I wonder if I have them here, if I have them on the other one. Ah, gee whiz. I got the pictures on the other side, on the other computer. Let me see. No. You have to have them here. Yeah, I gotta have them here for the pictures for this section also too. I got 2 computers, 2 websites on 2 machines. So actually I got 2 on this one and 1 on that one. Let me see. So it has to be within one of these folders. Mapping technology, it would probably be in here, most likely. That's the floor. Mapping. This is the wall. This is the ceiling. Yeah, I got them within each other. That's what I have them in there. Yeah, there we go. Oops. No. I need you to stay there. That's the table mapping. So we got all in one section here. All right, so let me get this. If I can get this to go where I want it to go. Nope, it's gonna drag and drop that one. All right, I need to get to that far end, but this is in the way right here. It's not allowing me to drag and drop. I want to be to cover all this, but I'll just take the one, get that out of the way. It should allow me to do this. Let's see if I do it from here. Can I do it from this side? I just want to take this whole section right here. But it's fighting me a bit there. All right, I need to cancel that out without basically hitting that. All right, they're so close together, trying to get one file from another one. This is a massive file right here. We don't want to upload that file. We just need this one. I need to get an area in here I can get across. I need to get to that one. No, let me do it that way. Gee whiz Louise, are you freaking kidding me? Alright, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm not doing this one picture at a time. That'll take freaking forever to do. We'll take that section right there and upload that. Got a folder there in the way that's not allowing me to get over to it because it's blocking it, and I don't want to upload the entire folder because that'd be a headache. So we're uploading our ceiling pictures right now. Let's see, 7 completed. All right, let me see all the 7 we got here. It's the 7 completed. I'll take these right here. And the gallery. Check that out. And let's go back and see if we can grab those other 2 out of the gallery. I'll have to grab these one at a time. Nice if I can grab 2 at a time. Would be nice, but we have to grab 1 at a time because for some reason it's not allowing me to. Oh, here we go. There we go. That's what I needed. Not that folder, this folder. These 2 folders. Okay, I need those pictures. It's doing too much. So we put tons of information onto the website for our customers. This is very important because, again, the customer needs to be well educated on what they're purchasing and what they're buying. This is why we have a lot of pictures and videos on our technology so we can display to our customers what they're getting at the end of the day. Let me see. This is a Black Series. Black Series. 3D. Oops, that was incorrect. Mapping. All right. Oh, we put a description link. Can we put shopping carts in all of these? That would be pretty hot if we could do that. Oh, I want to check over on that one. All right, that's that right there. So I'll put a shopping cart link in all of these. I want to do dozens of pictures of doing this, and I still have to go and update some stuff on the site. All right, perfect. Let me see if I can go in and if I can put our site in there. The web for shopping carts. Let's see. We need to grab a page it doesn't have. Because where we have one up here already. Visual. We can do it for visual. Let me see. This one's already done. Get a refresh on that. And we'll go in and grab something from the Black Shop. Really excited. On the 21st, I got this Black Business Expo to go to. Really happy about this. I get a chance to meet the head honcho, the person who's actually running the entire show. My sister is well connected with her. She has friends that are well connected with her. They run this huge tech company for introducing new technology and all that stuff. I'm literally going to get a chance to meet this person. I'm really excited about this. I had to rush my business cards in because the business cards out here had to be changed out because they no longer have my private phone number attached to them. They had the company's number attached to it. And then I had to dress them up a little bit. There's some things I forgot. I hadn't done business cards in a while, so I had to redo them again. But they're done. And then I had to go back in and call because I asked her, I said, what day is the expo? And she said, the expo is going to be on the 21st. And my business cards were going to be done in time. So I had to call back in, cancel that order, redo the order, had the card shipped into Express to get them here because, you know, I want to be professional when I go to this expo. And I am the only one of its kind that will be having that technology. As a matter of fact, she did hear about me from a few people in the office, and she was excited to see what I have, which this is going to be pretty nice. And God works everything out. He does. He works everything out, no matter what. I think I want to do, we did put a link in here for, yeah, I put a link in here for, I changed out the background to something else. I did put a link in here for, there we go. That's our wall display showing you what you could do to your ceiling. All the different applications you can add to it. I think we did, I think I refreshed this page. Did I publish? Oh, no, I didn't publish other pages, but we're not seeing it here. I need to see. We did put in a link for the shopping carts. I got to animate these two. Did I put a link in? I did put a link in for the shopping cart. It should have been right here. This is the shopping cart right here. All right. But I'm going to put a card in. Can I put two of them in there? Can I put two links in there? Which I'm curious. All right. Yeah, because I'd rather have a link directly to the shopping cart. We have two versions of this. We have 1 in 1 gallon and 1 in 32s. Trying to figure out how we'll do this. We'll drop two links. And this makes it if we do one. We're going to do two links at the same time. Can we drop two links in there? All right, I'm going to do a test real quick. I'm going to go to the shopping cart area in here and grab one of the items. Oh, I literally forgot about that. I got a projector that does portrait mode. So I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to set my office up. My gaming setup is going to have a 150-inch screen, about that size for my gaming setup. I'm probably going to be doing about 5 computers. I'm going to do 3 custom builds. Actually, I'm building all of them. So I'm going to have about 4 PCs, for one work PC and a couple of the gaming PCs, including this one I'm using for work also too. I'm definitely going to have to redesign my desk and have to get attachments for that, for my keyboards and mouse, and they're all going to be changed up to wireless because I am not doing wires at the end of the day. That's a nightmare. But I think my work PC, I'm going to do a 106-inch portrait screen wallpaper. That's the best way to do it. So that's going to be my work PC. My work PC, I'm actually going to go down to Amazon, pick up a sheet of that wallpaper, and I'm going to do that in an Alpha 1 black for my setup for my office. My office is going to be sick, so it'll give me a chance to really build it the way I really wanted to build it. Everything's going to be all done in black, and my screen's going to be a 106-inch black portrait screen for my PCs. I might do 2 of them in there because I do 2. These are both from these ones I use for work. Getting rid of the monitors. Monitors are freaking headaches. They cause me serious freaking headaches. When I was here, I had migraines for freaking like 3 or 4 days because the monitors were triggering them off. And even when I dim them, they still give me headaches. So I can't stand using monitors when I work. I'd rather be on a projection system any day. But I like using portrait mode. And I forgot when I was in the house, I had an 80-inch portrait screen to the wall. So that's what I'm doing on this setup. I'm going to do a portrait setup for my office. All right, so let's grab this right here. I can't stand monitors. This is the one for the 1 gallon. This is the one for the 2 gallons. Let's see. I can drop that entire link in there. All right, there we go. It just bounced me to the About page because I hit the mouse too quick. That's why. Should just let it go right through. All right, there it is right there. All right. I'll grab this entire link here. Let's see what we can do with this. That's the description. That's the link. Let's just put down paint on. Can we cut back? Can we copy and paste? Some of these you can't copy and paste, which is kind of jacked up. I don't know why. Search engine optimizer. When you're filling out the application in there or doing the application fill in there, you cannot do a copy. You can't do a paste on that one. You can't do a copy and paste. I don't know why. Paint on visual effect infinity ceiling screen paint. Infinity. Give me all of it. Did it? No, it did not. Infinity ceiling screen paint. Go look it up for yourself. Infinity ceilings are crazy expensive. Let's see. Paint on visual effect, infinity ceiling screen paint. Screen paint, screen paint. Uh, here. I'll take that right there for the description. Makes it a little more easier for me. Put that in there, right there. Right there. Screen paint. I tell you, I thank the Lord every day because, again, the Lord will watch over you. When you can't see things, God can see things. This is why I don't worry in business. When it comes to business or going to meetings and stuff like that, I don't worry about people stabbing me in the back because God can see all that mess. You can see all that nonsense. You can see what a person is thinking before they think it. He can see all that. And that's why I don't worry about it. People, don't you get nervous about that? No, I don't. Why would I? Why would I be nervous? God showed a perfect example of him protecting me when I couldn't even see it. I could not even see the wolf in sheep clothing. It was staring at me right across from the table, and I literally couldn't see it, but God saw it. And I told you about, if things don't work out for you in business, some Christians will get upset and get angry because something they was working on, something they had faith in, and they thought it was going to work out, and it doesn't work out for you. That's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. It doesn't work out for you because God only wants what's best for his people. You know, it's like if you got kids at the end of the day, you know what I mean, and you see something that's going to potentially harm your child, you're going to do whatever you can to make sure you protect your child. Even though if your child can't even see it and you can see it, you're going to protect your child. You're going to tell them, no, this is not a good decision to make. Trust me on this. How many of y'all had that conversation? I don't have kids. I never had that conversation, but you know what I'm talking about. That's how God treats his kids. So we're his servants, however way you want to put it, his children, right? So this place I saw this place when I was in Philadelphia, and I didn't read any of the reviews. I didn't bother reading the reviews because it was a brand new complex, state of the art stuff they had in there. I'm thinking, you know, this is a nice place to live. I make enough money to live there. Not a problem. This is where I'm going to move in. This is where I'm going to live at. And I talked to the people. They were interested in the technology that we were displaying. And I'm thinking, oh, this is a fantastic move. But God already knew from the door, this is a bad idea. But I didn't see it. So when I get down there and things started to get a little iffy because, you know, I came in with enough money for the down payment with no problem. And they raised the rent right there at the office. They jumped the rent. They told me it was one thing. Now they jumped it by an extra $60. I'm like, what the freak? So I'm thinking, you know what? No worries. I got it. I'm good. You know, but I still found it kind of iffy that you're right there and you're filling out an application and they're telling you this is the this is the price of the area of what you're paying for, and then boom, it jumps up by $60. You know, I'm a businessman. I'm good with it. So as I fill out all the information, everything's done, even going all the way back down to Philadelphia to drop off equipment from Verizon, which left like a 1545 on my freaking, like how much money I owed from them, which I'm glad that's all cleaned up now because my credit score just jumped a little bit. I'm up near in the 700 range, so it's getting better. So anyway, I freaking go back in, give them all the information. Everything is there. Everything is completed, but still, somewhere along the line, they denied my application. So I'm upset. I go home, like I'm really a little bit depressed. And I'm thinking, Lord, I did everything I was supposed to do to get into this place. I had a good feeling this was the place I was supposed to be at. And Lord tell me, no, it's not where you're going to be at. This is not right for you. And I just couldn't understand why. Until for some reason, as I'm looking around for places, I found this perfect place, fantastic, 6 minutes right out in the suburban area, not in the area with this area was going to be at, was going to be in a city area, but right in the suburban area, 6 minutes from the city, which is fantastic, beautiful country area, which I like to be out in the country. And on top of that, the rent was much cheaper. I get all my utilities included, but I still can't believe that one at the end of the day. I'm still trying to figure that one out because I'm used to paying utilities at the end of the day. I don't get that one. But anyway, blessing is a blessing. So as I'm going through all this, and they didn't require for me to have what I all this insane stuff at the end of the day, because other places required some crazy stuff they wanted from me. But anyway, one of the things that does come up, if you do claim that you have a business, they will request your tax forms. Some of you don't pay taxes. You may want to have those forms because anytime you claim to have a business, any establishment is going to request tax forms. So just so you know. Anyway, of proof that you basically have a business for actually running. Some of them will ask for licenses and stuff like that. But anyway, after going through all of that, I started reading through the reviews, which I should have did. And this is what I'm going to start doing from now on. Anytime I move into an establishment, I'm reading reviews, which I should have done. And in the reviews, it was a nightmare. I mean, absolute nightmare. I'm not saying that because the application was denied, because even if the application wasn't denied and I read those reviews, I would no way in the world would have moved into those establishments. This is what happens when you build a property too fast. And people build properties too fast, especially if it's an establishment that big to satisfy their investors. So usually when you're looking at property, you're going to have at least good, maybe 20% of people complaining. That's going to happen. That's a given. But every single one, just about, I think I only read about, I read thoroughly about maybe about a good 40 or 50 reviews in there. Out of the 40 and 50 reviews that I read through, I think only 2 people had something nice to say. And still, there was something in there that was bad. Even when they tried to say something nice, it was like, we got to put that in there. It was pretty bad. So in those reviews, some of the key things that pop up when an apartment may be not sound and maybe in the verge of maybe collapsing many years later is that it's not structurally sound. So a lot of the tenants, all of them, in every last complaint, I mean, even the ones that gave good complaints, complained about rainwater leaking in around the windows, which is never good because that means that you could have all kinds of damp spots and mold and spores and everything building up in that environment, especially if you got heat and cold transferring through it constantly all the time. That's one of the problems. That's one of the big complaint. People are saying water was coming around their light fixtures. And this, keep in mind, these are people that are on the mid floors. If you're on a top floor, it's explainable. Maybe the roof is leaking. But if you're on a mid floor and there's water leaking in around your windows and coming around your light fixtures, that is an extremely serious problem that is coming in from somewhere, and they need to basically do whatever they got to do to the building. They got to do something. One of the other incidents, it kept coming up in complaints, because I'm only going after complaints that people are basically, everybody's randomly just saying in their same complaint, they don't even know each other. A white dust. There's a white dust after you've been there for about a couple of years. There's a white dust that accumulates every week, just about everywhere, from the ceiling. That means the building could be crumbling. That's another problem that could pop up. My pet peeve would have been, I think out of all of them, paper thin walls, because I got equipment, and again, nice to be able to play some of my stuff without my neighbors hearing me, and I don't want to hear my neighbors on the other end. And one of the major complaints was the walls were extremely paper thin, and you could literally hear your neighbors all around you. But not only that, you can actually hear outside noise being transferred inside. That would have got to me right there, big time. Other than that, the appliances were cheap. Dishwasher basically didn't produce enough water, which means they have low pressure on the dishwashers. Microwave oven would overheat just from popping simple popcorn. That's never good because that's a fire hazard. What's the other problem they had with that too? With the dishwasher, washing machine, washer and dryer. Washer and dryer. Dryer took forever to heat to dry clothes. Yeah, it just creates little stuff like that. And one of the things I found that was really interesting, the doors did not completely shut, which is never good, because when the doors aren't completely shut, that means that they're off. That means either they built the structure incorrect, or the structure is shifting in the process, because that's one of the problems I went through in the other house, because the house was literally on a hill, but it shifted in another direction, and the infrastructure of the house would start to crack a little bit. And basically you could see where the floors would push up and doors didn't correctly hit That means the infrastructure is buckling. Um, oh, I did witness this when I was walking through. I did actually see this. The mailroom. So basically, all the complaints were the fact that packages were being lifted left and right and that mailboxes were open. So basically, when you get mail to the front door, they have a person that comes in, takes your mail, puts it in your box, take your package, and puts it right near or they get some kind of lockup unit it's supposed to go into. That's what it's going. You're supposed to show your proof that that's your package, and they take it out of the lockout unit. It's from taking packages. I did see this. So when they were walking me through, and I saw the mail room, I must have saw about 20 or 30 packages all over the place, all over the floor, and I saw mailboxes that were open. There's people's mails that were exposed. That anybody could have walked in and just picked up your package and literally walked out with it, and they wouldn't have known it was their package or not. Wouldn't even have known. Literally, could have just walked downstairs and just picked something up and walked out the door with it. Because again, who's to say it's yours or not? There you go. And I actually did see that. So I was trying to make sure that a lot of the claims that were on there were fake, if they were fake or not. But yeah, judging by the multiple people who all were saying the exact same thing, and even the ones that were trying to say something nice were putting that in there also too, the complaints they were having. But the packages and mailboxes being open, yeah, I saw that when I was walking through there. I must have saw about 20 or 30 packages laying on the floor, and I saw a couple of those security boxes open with the mail exposed, which means whoever job it was to go in and make sure those packages were put into that lock unit didn't do it, and whoever was shoving mail into those mailboxes were not locking them behind, they were leaving them opening. So that means your personal information was out in the open, which means you had any social security cards, credit cards, anything that was popping through, any information that had your personal information, it was fully exposed. And any packages you were ordering were sitting right there on the floor for anybody to walk by, pick up, and take them out the door. There were no security cameras, which I looked around the area. There was no security cameras in that point, a lot of dead spots, which means anybody walking in and out of that facility could have taken your stuff. That I did see. I witnessed that right there. Because that's the first thing that came to mind, because I get a lot of packages that come to the front door, a lot of them. And the last thing I need is for me to order something for a customer and it go missing. That means that's another 2 or 3 days I got to wait to get that package back in here to take care of the customer, and that could result to problems for me. So that I did witness and see. Because I was like, gee whiz Louise, they're just going to leave these. I didn't say anything about it, but just kind of curious. Why in the world would you have all these packages laying all over the place for anyone to just take? There should be a unit where you stick the packages into and you lock them up in there so nobody can touch them. And the only way the person can show proof that that's their package, they would have to come down with ID and some kind of packing slip saying this is mine. But that wasn't the case. But that they sat there and lied, because when I read the review, the person made the complaint about this. They came in and said, oh, I ensure you 100% that all our packages are put inside of a storage unit and all mailboxes are locked. No, that's not true. I actually saw that when I walked through it. So that's why I'm glad, because my family lives down here. I'll just have my mail go there and stay, because that's the first thing when I saw it. I was like, yeah, that's not going to happen. I'm never going to have my mail sent here. I'll just have it sent someplace else and go pick it up. I'm only like a couple minutes away from them anyway. Yeah, I did witness that one. So reading through what I read through and those complaints, it is really, really bad. And I could understand why when I was walking through, I saw some of the attendants. They didn't speak. They seemed angry. They seemed frustrated. They didn't talk at all. Usually when you have tenants in the building and it's a nice area, to go, hey, how you doing? So you moving? Blah, 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 and if they like the place, they'll brag about it. Now they didn't say nothing. Treated me like I had the bubonic plague in her. The woman was walking me around, which is a supervisor. And one of the top complaints out of all of them was the fact that management was impossible to reach. Even one woman who displayed pictures of water damage coming through her home or apartment, basically got a lawyer to sue them. So they let her out of the lease. They didn't fix it. They let her out of the lease, which I'm pretty sure she was happy to get out of that lease. But yeah, I'm glad, because my contract would have been for $2,000 a month, and it would have been for it would have been for 16 months. 16 months. Imagine that. Whew. I read that. I was like, good. It was bad. I was like, I'm glad. I'm so happy. And then later, about half an hour, found another place, called on there. Even went down there, took an Uber. I take the Uber luxury lift. That's my thing. I like those things. But I took the luxury lift down and looked at the place and looked at the area. Of course, my family's from up here. Asked them about. Said, oh yeah, the area's beautiful. It's nice out there. They got a pool and all that stuff. Okay, I don't swim, so I don't care. I will never use it. But anyway, real nice area. And it's all I need is a place for the time being, just to lay my head, because I'm not renting a house. I've rented dozens of houses. I'm not doing any houses. Next time I'm going, I'm buying it. But I'm pretty much, I like the area. I like it out here. I'm pretty much going to get some land out here later on when I get a chance to get a lay of the land. Sit down, settle in, get everything set up the way I like it and where I want to. And then basically get a chance to connect out here and network, which the expo is going to be fantastic. It's going to give me a chance to rub shoulders with a lot of people in the business industry up here and give me a chance to branch out my company even faster. And since all my paperwork and everything is just about done, it shows that I basically followed all the necessary applications in order to have my company considered to be a legit company. Because again, as I said before, these people are not going to touch you with a 10-foot pole unless you can show you have a license and you have proper paperwork, especially tax information, showing that your business is a legit business. They're not going to tie themselves to you. And that's why I'm glad we're blessed to come here, get the paperwork done. Everything went smoothly. And now I get a chance to go to this expo, which is coming up. And I'll get a chance to talk to people and explain to my technology what it's all about and get my company branched out. Now, while I'm at my new apartment, that'll give me a chance to get some contracts going, to pay for more licenses for my technology. I got some outdoor expos I want to do on top of that. Not expos, but I'm talking about demonstrations on the screens. And that way I can have some business contacts along with that I can incorporate into what I'm doing over here. Then maybe in a year from so, God willing, I'll go out and purchase me some land because I'll have enough money to get what I want, get myself a nice piece of land, build myself a nice little shipping container home out there, and I can retire. Well, I don't know about retiring, but it'll be nice. I can have something that'll be mine. All right, we're going to drop these links right in here. Everyone we showed the technology to was freaking floored. They loved it. They were floored. But because of what I've seen in the other place, I contacted them 2 days after I read through those information and explained to them that I need all my paperwork returned to me pronto. And they asked me about, well, okay, I understand the application and so if that didn't go through, but we are doing business. And I explained to them, no, we are not doing business. We're not doing business because of the application. Because again, I said, people, you have to be to keep your personal feelings to yourself. We're not doing business because you have an extremely high amount of complaints against your business. And I don't want to be tied in with that. I don't want any part of that at all, period. It's a lot. I mean, like I said, I've seen other apartment complexes and you'll have a few here and there, but not on that level. It is extremely high. So I told him, no, I'm denying that one. We're not doing that. But like I said, God works everything out. And it's no big deal. People get upset and get frustrated because something doesn't work out. I don't get frustrated. I'm happy because, again, God avoided me to go through something that could have been a complete nightmare. And that's something that could have stained my company's name. So the new complex I'm in now, basically, same thing. All I had to do is show them a business card, show them a couple of videos, especially the ad tech technology on glass. That quick, they were already in. And they want to do a couple of inflatable projection screens on their property for a movie night. So it's not hard to sell our technology. It's extremely easy. It's not hard. I plan to walk out of the expo with at least 90% support easily. I'm already supported because the person who actually owns that business has gone past my sister's cubicle and they talked back and forth, and my sister gave her one of my business cards and she looked up on the website and she saw everything on it. She loved it and she wants to meet with me, have a conversation with me. This is fantastic. That's why I say you have to do things outside the box. You know, when we were doing, I know I copied this multiple times, when we were doing 720p projectors, there were people that were ranking on us. Oh, you're doing 720p's. You can't afford 4K. You can't afford 1080p. You don't see the big picture. That's the problem. You guys think in such a small, the way your brains work, you think on a small level. You never see the big picture. This is why you're stuck where you're at now. You can't excel because, again, you have a product that can't evolve into anything else. It's stuck where it's at. Can't go any higher. Can't use it for this kind of applications. It won't even work. It's useless. It's an old product. But not only that, me doing a floor display, you guys are saying, oh, we just, you don't know anything about technology, do you? Projectors are used for quite a lot more than just movie theaters. They're used for all different forms of applications. And that's the problem. You only see it one way. The other thing is the fact that you have to be to think outside the box. And that's the problem. You can't think outside the box at all, period. You have to expand your ideas farther than what they're designed to be used for. And you're just stuck there. And that's what makes it so sad. You know what? I don't really have to do much. You do it to yourself. You're your own worst enemy at the end of the day. Because your minds are stuck in that small little corner. You can't step outside that line. I can do this with no problem. Because I'm designed to think outside the box. So, ooh, they do. See, it's the page that's supposed to pop up. And we can send this to, not a new website, we can send it to another page. So, another page here, current page there. Choose a page, we'll send it to the black shop. We'll take it over there. Okay, we don't have to put the link in. That will send it automatically to the black shop, will it? Let me see. Let me put it in here. Cool. And there's the link right there. That's it. That easy, that fast. But you have to think outside the box. You have to. You have to take your imagination as far as you can take it, and you have to be willing to roll up your sleeves and work hard and develop good technology. And that's the problem. When you cut corners, you can't think outside the box. Cutting corners will never allow you to be able to step over that threshold of entering the world of outside the box. You can't go there. Because outside the box requires hard work, a lot of hard work, a lot of time, a lot of dedication, and for me, it's faith to go outside the box. You have to prove that your product works. And it requires a lot of testing. If you're one of those, what do you call it? Fast and easy, untested products, then guess what? You can't go outside the box. Because once you go outside the box, there are people who are going to challenge you on everything you do. Now, when I walk into that area, for that show area, I got to back my product at 100%. All those demonstrations you see, that backs our product. But even more, some people, that's not enough. Some people have to see it in person. The reason why I knew my technology was way beyond its potential is when I had customers that I would invite to come down to the house, and the first thing they would do is their jaw would just drop because they were seeing it in real life. They already had it already, but to just see it function in the house, especially when they came down to pick up the product, and I invite them in the house, and they would just stare at the screens, and they go, gee whiz. I had the ceiling on display, the floor on display, everything on display. So when they walk in, they would see all that technology going on at the same time, blown away by it. Conversation completely ended. They were just staring at the screens. You hear one guy on camera. When the guy was actually one of my other customers was sitting and go, good gracious, man, this is more advanced than the other stuff. Our technology comes so quick to us because, again, everything we have is blessed by our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, believe it or not. I developed nearly enough technology at the end of the day that big companies would take them years to develop one screen. It takes us no time at all to develop multiple screens in such a fast period of time with all tests to back it up. And the reaction I got when people walked into that house and they saw that technology was, it's jaw dropping. And that's when I knew right there and then, we got to get out of this situation. We got to get out of this area. Because in this area, it's the Sleepy Town, USA. Our technology is being strangled over here. We're not getting that exposure. Up here, introducing this technology anywhere that I went to, any store, any restaurant, any place that I went to, and I whipped out a business card and I showed them that even at the hospital, I had to go in the hospital because my feet had swelled up because I haven't walked in a long time, so the blood flowing through caused my feet to swell up, and I take water pills and all that stuff, like everything back to normal again. It's blessed to get back to normal. But anyway, I was in the hospital, I was showing them my technology, and they would, everybody, the same reaction. And I'm going to an expo with thousands and thousands of people, and they're going to see that black technology. And the person who's running the entire organization knows me, and I'm going to get a chance to talk to her and show her this technology. I know the potentials of it. I definitely know the potentials of what God gave me. But you have to, when people look at projection screens, they see only, they get to, for a projection screen, the first thing they think is, I'm going to be in the dark. Because all the demo videos you see are everybody's in the dark. So that's what you're going to think. Got to spend a lot of money for a projector because the projectors they see are crazy expensive, because none of these companies are showing like 720p old projectors. They're not doing that at the end of the day. They're showing the most latest, most expensive projectors. So of course, most people are going to think, if I want to get into this hobby, or if I want to have a setup, I got to spend a lot of money for a projector. That's the first thing that comes to mind. They push it on your head that you have to be in ambient controlled environment. So all the people who have them basically feel they have to be in these dark, dim environments in order to watch a screen. They make it so that if you want to have real good contrast, you have to spend a lot of money for a projector to produce a heavier contrast level, and that'll give you a somewhat decent black level. If you want really, really good levels, then you have to spend $3,000, $5,000 for a special screen so you can pick up gunmetal technology, so you can pick up darker levels. If you want to use ultra short throw on those screens, now you have to turn around and spend money for a even more expensive screen so you can run ultra short throw. And every ultra short throw demonstration they see is in the dark, which is not supposed to be in the dark, because that is a projector designed to replace a TV. TV doesn't sit in the dark, does it? Any of these monitors need to sit in the dark? They don't. So I have to come in here and basically calibrate and darken the environment so I can get a monitor to work? No. Then how are you going to replace a TV when you can't even get a projector to produce in an environment that a TV can sit in? There's nothing wrong with the projector. The projector works perfectly fine. The problem you have here, it is the projector. I mean, the screen that's the issue. That's the problem. Choose a page. Black shell. Make sure this works first before we actually put all these in here. So that's the problem. And then, like I said, because when we did a lot of 720p's, and we did a great deal of 720p projectors, they didn't see the big picture. They sat there and ranked and teased us because we use 720p projectors. Oh, they're outdated. Nobody. Now you guys got 720p listed in your descriptions because we were right. Everything we tell you is right. If I tell you this is not going to work and that's going to work, because I have more experience than both of you in the field. Much more experience. Look at my YouTube channel. I got over 7,000 video demonstrations, way beyond y'all. So I have more experience. But the reason why we did 720p's is because not because we couldn't afford a 4K or 1080p projector, because majority of some customers out there that do not want to spend the money for a very expensive projector. And if we can get a 720p projector to look incredible on a screen, then that means we can make anything look incredible, except for those knockoffs. Ugh. But anyway, that's the whole purpose. And on top of that, by a customer buying a 720p projector, if we're able to prove to them that we can take a 720p and put it side by side to a 4K, a 720p and put it next to a 1080p projector, and we can make that image look absolutely incredible, you know how much money that saves the consumer at the end of the day? It also means for a person who basically may not have the money to spend the money for a full expert 1080p projector or 4K, they're not forced into buying that, because that's what a lot of these companies do. And people make these hobby paints. They need those projectors, because those high-end projectors make their screen look good, because it gives the screen back something that it can't produce. If you can't get that off a 720p projector, you can't see a difference side by side, then the customer has no choice but to spend the money for the expensive item in the video demonstration in order to get the same results. We've gone over this many times before. So that's where that comes in. That means the person's going to spend money. And some people, and most customers I talk to, really don't want to spend all that money. I don't want to either, at the end of the day. So you're not forced to buy a projector with a high contrast and more color. And I find that even funnier, because we're jumping from topic to topic here, but just always so much to talk about when we talk about this particular theory, that the calibration is a joke. It is. It's a crying shame joke. We'll talk about that later on if we get in there. But anyway, getting back to 720p's, the reason why we did 720p's in our demonstration, because again, I could have easily went in there and got myself a 4K projector. I bought a PX747 ViewSonic. Not hard to buy 4K projectors. Could have bought one of those, and I could have did all my demonstrations in 4K. And if a customer would have came in and said, being honest with them and said, hey, can I get that same image of my 1080p projector or 720p projector? If I sat there and said yes, that would have been a lie, because you can't. You would have to have the same projector in that demonstration that I'm using or higher. Not going to happen unless you have some kind of technology that has the ability to let you do so. And in order to do that, you have to back that theory. Partey, I'm sorry to bring your name up in this, but you have a bad habit of saying things in your videos that you cannot back up. Same as the other one. Jamie does not have the ability to back these things up in videos. If I come up in a video and I say, hey, look, we got a product here that can make a 720p look near to a 4K or a 1080p, I got to back that up. Guess what? I got multiple demonstrations on my site showing that same application I talked about. I back it up. As a matter of fact, on the site right here, if somebody says, well, how high is the gain on your technology? Well, it's high enough to allow a 1,000 lumen projector to produce a bright enough image next to a 5,000 lumen projector. And can't back that up. That's considered to be a lie, but I can. It's right there on the website. We did the demonstrations already. You have to back all that up. You just can't say it. But the reason why we chose the 720p, like I said, it's a challenging machine. It'd have been a cakewalk with any other projector if I like that, because it's a challenge machine. If we can make a 720p look that incredible, well, imagine what a 1080p would look like on that technology. Imagine what 4K would look like on that technology. And on top of that, for the person who may not be able to afford the 1080p or 4K projector, they can just go over to Amazon. Sorry, I'm about to go to eBay. They can go over to eBay and they can pick up a projector for under 200 bucks, and it would look amazing on our technology. That saves customers and businesses a ton of money. That's what it comes down to. Because for a company, we're doing a ceiling display, and they thought that projector was like $4,500. Why did we pay for the projector? Like, no, that projector is $140 with a Fire Stick attached to it. That's it. So we're able to display that ceiling with that outer space display, because that technology allows that $140 used projector sitting on the floor to display that image and increases its contrast levels, its colors, its white levels, everything. And we can do that with the lights on with no problem. With that technology, it gives that a projector the ability to be able to produce in fully lit environments. I've seen projectors that 7,000 lumens hit a screen and wash out. We got that on the intro video. You can see it for yourself when you first come to my YouTube channel. That's a testimony we got from a church. We were so happy with the product. But it gives that projector all that capability to do that. And that's without the calibrating nonsense and anything else you got to go through. Dark environment. I don't know how you're going to ambient control an infinity ceiling. I don't know how that one's going to work for you at the end of the day, because that's not going to work for you. Either lights or lights on. That's how that works. But it's affordable. And they were shocked over that. They were shocked over that. It was going to cost them $140 to project off that ceiling like that with that technology attached to it. Because these are companies at the end of the day. Companies are, because when you have people have a company, they're used to going to a company, giving them an outrageous price because they know they have the money. Oh, that projector right there is like about $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, you know, but it's a good projector, it's a good price. And I go out and spend the money for this projector, thinking it's going to fix something, and it doesn't at all. Perfect example, the intro video of the church, 7,000 lumen projector. Someone sold him that machine and told him it was going to fix that white screen issue, and it didn't. It washed the screen out 10 times faster. So they're shocked by it and floored, like, wait a minute, that's $140, 720p projector. Yeah. They're going to save a ton of money, a great deal of money. And they're going to get an amazing display that's going to look like it costs thousands of dollars, and it's going to bring a ton of attraction to their front door. And this is going to cost them next to nothing when it comes to having something like this installed. They have to hire no maintenance crew. They don't have to bring somebody to rip the ceiling out, install tons of optic fiber lighting, none of that. Just go in and just bring their paint crew in, paint the screen in, set up the projector, again for $140, $200 on Amazon or eBay. So on eBay, Fire Stick in there, you're done. That's it. They were asking me where I was getting the video feed from. I said, oh, we just go to YouTube. We get like a continuous loop of like outer space and stuff like that. Just make sure you take the commercials off for that. And that whole setup would have cost them under $1,000 easily with the projector, under $1,000. And people are sitting there spending $2,000 and up for an infinity ceiling to look at the exact same display every single day. Same stars every day. They may move a little bit, but that's it. Where you can produce an entire galaxy with everything you could possibly think of moving back and forth across your ceiling. Or that day, maybe you just want it to snow. Or you can have a thunderstorm. Or you can have fish up there. You can change it to whatever you want. Now, some of the more advanced versions, I've seen people thinking about using our technology on different levels. There's a fellow who is constructing his own theater room separate from the house. He's building a separate built from the house. And the reason why is because the ceiling is actually a very thick sheet of plexiglass. And they're using an invisible coating of our technology. They're going to spray that technology on top, invisible coating, because some people don't want the projector sitting in the corner. Some people have a booth, a wooden booth there, where the projector come and hit the ceiling. They have it that way. You can put it in eco mode if you want. It's not going to really do any screen. So the lights on eco mode. And then some people are going to do a little bit more crazier designs, which I've seen, where they're actually constructing a section to the house that would be the dedicated theater room. And what they're doing is they're putting in this thick plexiglass, which is extremely expensive, but thick plexiglass ceiling. And then they're taking the projector and they're building some kind of scaffold system that slides back and forth, and they're sticking the projector on it so they can bring the projector up and down. So the projector is coming down this way and it's hitting the ceiling that's plexiglass. And they're building a roof, like some kind of roof area where they can go inside like a maintenance room and they can adjust the projector, work on it. They're actually inside over top the ceiling. I'm pretty sure they're going to put a walkway because they're not going to walk directly on the ceiling because that could be a nightmare. But that way they can get around the walk area and they can go adjust the projector and how high they want it or low they want it. Basically, that will adjust how big the screen goes. Now, by doing it this way, there's no projector anywhere to be seen in the theater room. The image is being pushed downward, which means they can look up and they can display the universe or whatever they want through changing through that plexiglass with a simple remote control and a fire stick. If they choose to do it, or maybe computer generate or whatever they want, but this guy was designing it this way because he did not want the projector in the way downstairs in the theater room. He was going to design it over top. Like I said, you got people out there who have that kind of money at the end of the day. These are the people, same people at the end of the day that can sit there and have a conversation with me, go, okay, so look, I got the money for Black Diamond screen. I got the money for a DMP Super. I got the money for that. I can spend 20, 30, 40 for a screen. No problem. What's the difference between your product and that projection screen in there? I can show them that with no problem. I can show them where that black technology will produce better color. It'll maintain its white levels, and it'll produce a contrast level those screens can begin to even think about. And I can do that all the while with a projector that costs far less than the $30,000 JVC you have sitting in your theater room right now. And big thing about it is, I can turn my lights on. And I can see everything in my environment with no problem, crystal clear. Even a penny, if I dropped it in the corner, and that screen will maintain from edge to edge as if it was a TV. Show me any technology that can do that. And they can't. That's why they buy from us. You can't talk that nonsense at the end of the day with the gray or white screen because you're going to have issues. Even with the Patriot we're designing, it does have some capabilities like the 2.0. It has that ability. Actually, it's more advanced than the 2.0. But it has that ability to pull at a certain level. But still, next to black technology, it will never achieve the 100% contrast. It won't hit the mark. We're going to put new shopping here, current page. I wonder if this is actually working, if these will actually work. Which now I'm curious now. I'll have to test one. Before I put all these in here, I need to do a test to see if that'll actually work. That'll drop it back to the page. So you have to deal with you have to deal with just more you have to deal with at the end of the day. If when I design my technology, and some people do get it mixed up. We got two individuals that really get it mixed up here. They really think that when we design stuff, it's because of them. And I keep telling them at the end of the day, it's not because of you. It was never because of you. You weren't in the picture when I first started developing this technology. I didn't even know you guys. I knew who Partan Crow was. We didn't even know they even existed. When I first started my company, I started my business because I didn't want to spend $3,000 for a screen. That's why I got into the business. Well, actually, I technically wasn't in the business. I just decided I was blessed to be able to have the knowledge to design something better than the 3000 Grey Wolf, but at that particular time, I had no intentions of selling it. No, IT tech. Basically, I went to restaurant school. I'm good. I have 2 degrees. I'm good. I didn't need it. But buddy of mine popped his head in the room while I'm sitting there playing the video game. And he goes, you should sell this. So I'm thinking, maybe somebody will buy this. Maybe it got something here. Maybe I should do something with it. And that's all that got started. It had nothing to do with you guys. You weren't around when I was making this stuff. You were never even heard of. You just happened to pop up one day when I'm traveling on my road to certified screen destination, and you just happened to become roadkill because I just ran you guys over and just going about my business. That's why I can come on here, show that you guys are phonies at the end of the day, and upload videos called Match or Better, and you can't match or better any of them. It was never about y'all to begin with. I don't even know where y'all even came up with that weird conspiracy theory that was about y'all. It's nothing to do with y'all. My goal has always been certified screens and will always continue to be certified screens, because that's what pretty much triggered me to go make my own screen paint, because I went online, I saw the Grey Wolf, I saw the other screens they had up there. I'm like, gee whiz Louise, this is what they want for a screen, like $3,000, $5,000. That's why I got into it, because I didn't think it was fair as me, the consumer, had to spend all this money for a projection screen that costs way more than my projector, mind you, at the end of the day, and spend all this money. I didn't want to spend it. That's where I'm in this field, because I call myself, well, actually leveling the playing field to make it so people who, you had two choices before they were around. You had two choices. You had the black and white paint mixture, which was called the YouTube paint before these guys were ever around. Or you had to spend the money for the expensive screens. One or the other. That's what it was. Because if you want daylight at the time didn't have any gunmetal technology. They had pretty much like a light gray. They had a white screen. You know what I mean? Like a mid-gray, but anything darker. And Diamond wasn't around at the time either. If they were around, they're probably in the development stage, or I probably didn't see them yet. Because I do know it's about 11 years it took them to develop that technology. I'm pretty sure around that area. Gunmetal didn't even exist. There was no such thing as gunmetal. As a matter of fact, a screen paint that was considered to be a little bit darker was considered to be black. That's what they considered a black screen, a screen paint that's a little bit darker. Because screen paints at that time were either two shades, either light gray or extremely light. That's what they were. That's it. That was the magic mix. Back then, if you were making your own screen paint, a lot of people did because they were trying to compete with Goo Screen. The magic mix was basically that light gray that Goo Screen always displayed. That's what everybody was trying to push for, to make that perfect light gray. But if you had anything darker than that, it was considered to be black. They considered it to be a black screen because there were no gunmetals at that time. They didn't exist. Now, when the gunmetal started popping up, that became an issue because this is a screen, number one, that can maintain an extremely high dark level, maintain its white levels, and again, produce amazing colors that the light gray screen paints couldn't do. But the reason why the light gray screen paints were able to survive is because the gunmetals were extremely expensive. They were $3,000, $5,000 screens, and only very few people could afford them, when everybody else just stuck to the lighter gray screens. And either way, to get the colors to work better on a lighter gray screen, you would calibrate or be in a dark environment to make your colors pop a little higher. That's all, pretty much. So that's why when I went down to get my screen, I didn't go spend $3,000, $5,000 for the screen. I went to Home Depot to make this great YouTube screen paint that everybody was making online. They were just adding their little stuff to it, and that's what we did. I got down there, the Lord blessed me with something different, gave me an idea for something completely different, and I went in and I brought the things he selected me to buy, got home, painted it up, colors popped. At that time, I thought it was contrast. Contrast and all that stuff blew up off the screen, and it looked incredible. And my friend just happened to be going to the club. He popped his head and he said, you should sell this. And I'm thinking, maybe I should. Let's see what I can get out of it. And here I am today. That's how it all started. It had nothing to do with you guys. I don't know where you guys got involved in this, because we remember Jamie. We remember meeting Jamie. I remember meeting him. I was actually uploading the video, and he happened to pop in on my channel asking me for the ingredients on how I made my product. I remember that conversation, and I told him this is not for, we don't give away products, because going back and researching him, I found that he was giving his products away for free. He was showing people how to go online and make the product for free. That's why we have the video there that you see today on the Blacklist showing him making a product for free, because at that time he was making products for free and giving them away. And he was mad at me because he felt that it was wrong that I was selling a product when I should have been giving away for free. At the end of the day, I said, that's your personal opinion. I don't think on that level. I'm in here to make $1. I'm in here to build a business. And if you're giving it for free, then that's your business. At the end of the day, I'm not going to hate on you for that. That's you. And that was the end of the conversation. And then he just started this whole hatred with me. That's all that got started, literally. Now look what happens in the long run. My company continues to excel. We have 3 companies now. We have new screen paint products, where products are all licensed and taxed and blah, 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 blah. And you're still in the same area with the same great products. Fighting a losing battle that at the end of the day, it's a product that's an obsolete product. And I used to make this stuff. I used to make these great products back in the day. So I know when I tell you that, they only can do so much. That's how I got started. Partey, we didn't even know who the freak he was. Didn't know who he was. He just popped up out of nowhere and just started ranting about me. That was basically about it. And this is a person, again, alone, my experience level is way beyond yours. You know nothing when it comes to screen paint products. I've read through y'all sites back and forth. You know nothing at all. I've been in the business for 12 years and you just popped in and all of a sudden you have all this knowledge. No, man, it takes years to acquire all that. Can't learn that stuff overnight. That takes years and years and years and years and years to do it. Let me see. That's why I said, those of you want to get into this field, be warned. You're going to do a ton of research, and it takes, before any company or anyone's going to back you, you're going to have a ton of research under your belt. Let's save this. I want to go into, probably already did this already while I was talking. You don't want to start off on high-end projectors. Don't do that. That's the worst thing you can do. Because now these guys at the end of the day can't use low-end projectors because it's going to change the quality of the screen, because they've been preaching for the longest time that all this quality is coming from the screen, and it wasn't. It was coming strictly from the projector. Some of it, maybe a little bit of a hiccup of a bump up, that's basically about it, but not a massive change. It was all coming from the projector. It's called typecasting your machine or using your projector as a crutch. So if they try to use a projector that's under that screen, you're going to see the quality drop in the screen dramatically, which clearly shows that the projector that we're using was producing the image to begin with. That's why all the pictures you will see on their website will be the picture of that particular projector and nothing else, due to the fact that that's the only way it's going to produce that kind of image. If you look at the customers' images don't even look like the screen. My customers are outside. Yeah, it tells you right there. Let me see. I need to put this in preview. I need to see if I can hit that card from here. See if we can do this from here. Let's see. There is a caption pops up. Let's see if we can pull this. I want to see the caption. Can we click on there? All right. I want to see what I got to do here. It's probably an option I have to hit for that. Let's go over to, I'm going to publish this real quick. I can always go into why it's being worked on. I want to see something for a minute. Let me go over to the page itself. We're in the more page, right? No, yeah, we're in the more page. Let's go over to the visual. Where's the visual? Here we go. Visual ceiling display. Let's go over there. Okay, I gotta animate these cards so they move around a bit. And I'll go down the route of there's supposed to be a carousel unit right there. Pretty sure I published this. Let me see. Make sure it's right. It's supposed to be a carousel unit right there. I mean, if you're going to go into this field, man, don't cut corners. Don't do that crap. And do not use high-end expensive projectors in your demonstrations. Don't do that crap. Start off with the 720p older projectors. If you can get your product to be able to function with those projectors, you can do side-by-side, the 1080p's and so forth. Yeah, then that's what you do. But people typecast and use those projectors, they can't use anything lower because the quality drops. And when the quality drops, they try to make it up by saying, well, it'll look better once the customer calibrates the projector. And again, should not be calibrating projectors. I keep telling people that. You shouldn't have to. If you had a calibrated projector, there's nothing wrong with your projector. Your screen has an issue. That's what that means. You should not be doing it. Do you have any different how many billions of colors and millions of colors that produce off your projector alone by itself? The capability that it has. Most people will never ever see the full potential of the projector. They won't see it ever because they're stuck on white and gray screens. That's why they can't see it. You'll see a little bit more if you spend the money for those gunmetal screens. You'll definitely see it a little bit more better than you will see it with the white or gray screens. But then you have to spend a lot of money to do it. That's the problem. Most people will never see the full potential of what their projector is designed to do. And if they tell you, oh, you got to calibrate it, you're sitting there calibrating a machine that has the ability to see these colors when the entire time it's a projection screen that's doing it. And even after you calibrate, you're still not picking up your colors correctly. And I'm going to show you that. When we get everything settled in, I'm going to get a machine, I'm going to get it calibrated. I'm going to stick an uncalibrated machine next to a machine that is calibrated and show you that you still can't see color. Put 2 black screens up there. Put half white, half black, half gray, put there, and we'll do a color pattern. And I'll show you that even with a calibrated machine, you still can't see color. That's nothing to do with your projector, it's your screen. So people sit there chasing their own tails because they sit there and they calibrate their machine and think it's going to fix the color. If that was the case, and simple test for you. If you can calibrate your projector, as you said, to be able to pick up better color, then you should be able to do it for contrast, right? Can you calibrate the black levels? Pretty sure they have a calibration tool for that. So if that's the case, that means you should be able to take, like I said, any surface can see black. An everyday piece of black surface, black paint, don't make a difference as long as it's black. Stick that next to your screen and see if you can calibrate your projector to match that surface in the middle. See what happens. There's your wake-up call right there. You won't be able to do it. That is not going to happen. That's an option we're going to have to go in and change in the menu. That's what we're going to have to do. All right, we'll do that. Let me see. You should be able to click on that, and it should be able to open that right up. The carousel is working. That is good. Okay. All right, let's see. I had somebody here. Somebody said you can calibrate the black levels. No, it's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. Let me see. I gotta do some updates in here too. Let's go back over to our other page we're working on here. What do we have here for, where's our menu at? We're supposed to have a menu here for this. There's a change, it's a setting menu. So the setting that was on us to do. Okay, what happened when clicked? Oh yeah, here it goes, open a link. Oh, that's my fault. I forgot to activate that thing. I know it was in there somewhere. All right, so when open, we can activate links. Okay, now we should have it. I know it was somewhere in settings somewhere. We're done on that. Let's do a preview. So let's see, now we should have access to that. If it gives us access to it. Well, we did activate a link, didn't we? That's all the pictures right there. Yeah, another thing that's going to drive me crazy. Links are headaches. They're not hard to do, but they can be headaches at times. Just trying to get the link to activate. All right, let me see. Give it to me again. Setting. I put in there activate links. So what happens? Okay, how long the session? Whatever. How do the images behave? Let's see. A link is open. They pop in and pop out. Link to gallery. What do you link to gallery? Add a link to the gallery. You did add a link to the gallery. I wonder. All right, we'll figure that out. I might check out something room. Pop in and pop up. What does this do? Ah, there it is right there. Gee whiz. Yeah, I was just trying to figure out how do we get that to work. All right, that works right there. Oh, yeah, there it is right there. We had to push it to the option we had to hit. It takes you right to the black shop. Woohoo! It works. It works. Yay! Now we have to do all the pictures like that, which is going to take forever, ever, and ever. Yeah! It's going to take some time. I got thousands of pictures on my site. But that's pretty cool. If you can do that, that's awesome. All right, now we know. I remember how we did all this. So we figured out we got that done. I think I did activate the entire one, so it should be good on that one. All right, I need to come out of here. If I go back in editing, I am not going to be where I'm supposed to be at. So let me go back over to the other page. Where is the... I need the page for the ceiling. Here we go. Ceiling visual. Back over there. There we go. Come back out of here. All right, so we put that option in. All of them should have that link. So the more pages have... Just put it this way, the more pages is kind of like the artwork for the product. It's like the showroom for it. That's the more pages are. But we need to be to link the more pages to the actual shopping carts, which means when a customer comes in and clicks, he can go to a more page and he can check out the more pictures and demonstrations and the backgrounds done more crazier designs and stuff to get kind of like building an atmosphere, a showroom for the product. So you can go into a showroom display, which we should put there, click for showroom display, and you can go directly to the more page, which we're going to do that on all the shopping carts today. That's what I'm doing today. I just give you my workload's going to be for today. We're just going to be putting in links today. All right, that's cool. That worked out quite nicely. All right, so what we got to do now is just go in and just put that same link everywhere else. So we have it in... Which one we have it? It's the link supposed to be at the bottom. We got one of these right here. That's not there. It's the first one. Not there. Put it in one of these. There it is right there. That's the link. Okay. So this is what we're going to be doing. We're just going to be hitting this right here. And we need to redirect this picture. So put down page. For the current page, it's going to be the block shop. That's done. That's why I tell people at the end of the day, you're doing pictures for your website, don't grab pictures from other sites. Don't do that. Because what happens is somebody will go in and click the back button on their mouse, and it'll bring up a Google image search, and it'll be to find where the image came from. So all your images should be going back to your videos. Everything should link back to your videos, link to your website. Everything should be directed to the website. It's also good for advertising too. Put this on the black shop. Boom. Let's see back here. Go to a page. Choose the black shop. A few other customers, they're in the process of building their own websites, and they use some of my videos for tutorials, which I didn't use it make videos for tutorials, but it helps out because it shows you all the ways you can utilize Wix on so many levels. It's not even funny. That's why I don't understand how people who have the same platform I have, why the websites look so bland and just unattractive, because they don't really put the time and effort into their websites. I love doing it on my site. Any chance I get a chance to build a new page, I love it. I'll take this to this page over here. And then every time I get a chance to do one of these, I learn something new about the website, which allows me to incorporate that into something else. I already figured out what my graphic cards are, which I did order these before. These are 1050s. 1050s at 4 gigs. That's what they are. They're GeForce TI 1050s at 4 gigs. So that's not bad. It's because these are just basic ones. The machine I'm actually building as my main machine is I'm using a V21 case. I'm using a Micro ATX and i9 with the, if I can get away with it, I've seen the liquid cooling system for the 4090s. I'm getting that. Because right now I would basically do a daisy chain, like I want to do basically from CPU, GPU, the RAM, and hard drive for cooling. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do CPU, RAM, and hard drive for cooling. And then the 4090s come with a cooling. No, they come with, you got to buy a liquid cooling system for that. So that's what I'm going to do. But I'm curious if I can put in dual 4090s into my case. But with the V12, the V21, it's a small form factor case, so I might have to do some modifications outside the case, which means I'm gonna have to install a small torture rack up on top where I can actually load in another card on top of there outside of the case, which is not hard to do. And people are going to say, well, how are you going to plug it up? It involves a lot of soldering. If you lived in the era of soldering breadboards and all that stuff, because that's where I came from, we didn't snap computers together like Legos. You had to solder and breadboard everything at the end of the day. So, you know, it's a little easier to do. But I'm going to do my own customization for that, because I want to see what would happen if I were able to attach. I got to do research on that. Can I run two of those graphic cards in there? It would be pretty cool if I could. I do know I'm going to modify my radiator system. Definitely going to do that, because the radiator system to get with that, the fans are pretty crappy. I'm just say the fans are crappy. I don't like them. I want to be able to speed up my RPMs. Definitely want to speed those up. But I'm going to do a upgrade and gut swap with these desktop PCs I have here. Number one, I want to put them in a nice mid tower with a lot of peekaboo windows and a lot of light up displays. And basically, let me just lean you over here for a minute. It's pretty easy to understand. It's not hard to understand it. This is the power supply right here, which is 250. Problem with the power supply, it doesn't really have a lot of Molex adapters attached to it, which allow you to hook up to a lot of cool stuff. So this has to come out. I just need a basic 500 watt power supply, nothing big. This is a basic PC, gaming PC. You can run some stuff. I can run Far Cry Crysis off of this. This is also overclocked, all this in here, but still, I want to make sure that we have enough. And this is not going to fit in the case, number one. This is going to be a hard time fitting in the case, so we need a regular power supply. This right here is the GeForce 1050s in here. This is a low profile setup for this one, which is just perfect for this. We'll leave it the way it is. I don't need to change this out. If I decide to change it to another card, I'll probably go with 5 gigs instead of 4. This right here has to come completely out. So this has to be taken out. This is on top of my CPU. It keeps it nice and cool. I'm going to take that out and run liquid cooling through it for that. So basically a little soldering, and might get some, I need some really good thermal paste for that. So we have to take that apart. The optical drive, I don't even know why they have them in computers anymore, but not needed. So we're going to yank this out, so that's not needed at all. Has a good hard drive, about 1 terabyte of hard drive space, which is all we need. I might put that into a hard drive cooling case. Probably put it in a 3.5 for the front and slide that inside for cooling for my hard drive. So sometimes you can have an interface in the front with 3.5, and you could basically, that's a unit where you can actually slide your hard drive in. It will keep it nice and cool, temperature control. And on top of that, if you can get access to where the fan controllers are, you can also speed up your RPMs with a fan controller. It does have a regular ATX port for your motherboard, and the motherboard, judging by the size of it, is a micro ATX board. It is a micro board, so it's really small. It's a form factor PC, very easy to do. So we're going to change out our power supply. Probably going to change it from 4 to 5 gigs. We're definitely going to run liquid cooling system through here, so we don't need all that right there. Get rid of the optical drive. It's not needed. It's not even necessary. And the hard drive the way it is. And this is all going to be pulled out of here, put into a mid-tower case. And since I'll have a new power supply with Molexes, I'll be to run some light up displays and all other cool stuff. So we're going to change this one, that one, and that one. They're all going to get upgrades. And we'll do some PC art, some little art with it, some themes with each one of them. So that's what I'll be doing once I get stationary in the other place. I'm going to upgrade all my machines. And then while I'm doing that, I'll start working on my gaming PC, which when I get done with that, no more consoles. I love consoles, I really do, but consoles just got, after that freaking fiasco with the PS5, I'm not going to another console again. I'm done. That pretty much did it for me. That was the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. And I've been around since Vector Graphics and Pong, and that's the dumbest launch I've ever seen in my life. That was pretty bad. How in the world, I still can't understand that the system I have, the PS4, I shouldn't even have this right now. This should be in my collection. and I should have a PS5 sitting on my table. That's what I should have. But the fact that they made it virtually almost impossible to get that machine, and then on top of that, they're still supporting the PS4. By now, the PS4 shouldn't have any support at all whatsoever. Nothing at all, period. They should already be supporting 100%, and there should be the library system for the PS5 is weak. Consider the fact that when it just launched, between now, that library should be massive. Yeah, that tells you right there that the launch was pretty bad. The problem was, and the biggest mistake they made was they got greedy. When all those scalpers were going out and buying all those systems, they should have made it one per person. That's what they should have did, but they didn't do that. It came back to bite them in the face. Show me the library on the PS5 considered to a PS4. See which one's bigger. That should tell you something right there. Something's wrong. Majority of most of the games that come over on the PS5 end up on the PS4. That should never happen. What tempts people to go out and buy the newer system is because all the latest games that they're making from developers making new games and new lineups is for the newer system. They're never supposed to port. Maybe one or two may port, but that's basically about it. Majority of them are going to be on the more high-end system. So that's what pushes the customer to go over and buy specifications on the system. On top of that, game support. So yeah. So after seeing that nightmare from the beginning, there is no way in the world that I'm going to go near a console system. Who's to say when the PS6 comes out, you guys go through the same fiasco where people come and they buy tons of them up, and the price juice right to the roof, and you go through the same fiasco if they don't learn from their mistakes. Nah, I'll just build myself a really high-end, high-powered gaming machine, stick a ton of money into it, which I'm going to have to do because it's considered to be an investment, which means I won't have to touch another console for quite some time. And then for people saying, well, what about the special ports on console? There really is no more special ports on console because pretty much anything that ends up on console ends up on PC. And anything basically ends up on the older systems too. So, not those days of basically getting limited edition special games like Halo only showed up on the Xbox system. And that's the reason why I continue to buy an Xbox system, because of freaking Halo. That's why. Because I'm a huge Halo fan. And there's no way in the world I would go over to a PS4 system because Halo was on Xbox. So those are the things that keep people coming back and loyal to the system. But again, every system's getting the exact same thing, and man, what's the point? And then on top of that, like I said, the fiasco they went through, they just really had to downgrade the machine. On top of that, I think the new ones are downgraded compared to the new ones that came up because it was something with getting the NVIDIA cards and parts for it and all that stuff. That's since COVID. But anyway, either way, no. I'll just build me a powerful machine. I think a 4090 graphic card in my machine is more powerful than basically a PS5 or PS6 come along. So yeah, I'm good. So guys, you console gamers, and I'm a console gamer too, you're getting closer and closer to becoming PC. It's going one day you're going to walk into and say, this is a new PS8 or Xbox Infinity black box. And you're going to find out it's a PC. It's just going full circle. I think people have been saying that for the longest time, that consoles, when they first started off, had nothing to do with PCs. You couldn't go online, you couldn't surf the internet. There was no Netflix and no Hulu and none of that attached to it. Nothing. It was just console. You go in, you put your cartridge in, you play, ta-da, you're done. That's it. There was no talking and chatting with your friends and none of that stuff. Just going and just played your game, and that was it. It was just a gaming system. That's all it was. Now they're built like machines. A PS5 looks like a mid-tower PC. Just looks like a weird shape to it. But it looks like a mid-tower PC. They're building them closer and closer to computers every day. And some people are saying, oh, we're machines. No, you basically, how can I put it away without insulting people? Well, it is what it is. You have a watered-down PC. That's literally what you have. It's watered down. If you had the parts in it that an average PC gamer had in his machine, that machine would cost you way over than what you're paying for right now. Way over the price. You download a lot of your games now. PCs were downloading games from day one. I mean, we did disc and all that. Majority we can download games, but you're getting closer and closer to becoming full circle to a PC. DRM, PCs use it all the time. I think people get upset because you're not used to seeing the console using the DRM. You actually constantly have to download games, and you basically have the rights to the license, but you can't share the games and all that stuff like that. But the closer and closer they make these systems, the more and more and more they become like PCs. The only sad thing about it is they got all that hardware and they got no way to cool that machine down. You should have some kind of machine there to cool it down. The little fans they put in there are nothing. That's why your systems burn out so fast. That's why people, when they get them, they open them up and they modify them with PC parts to cool them down because, again, they burn out so fast. But other than that, yeah, you're becoming full circle to PC. One of these days, you're going to come in there and you're basically going to be buying a PC. You just went full circle, that's all. It all started with PCs to begin with. I had this conversation all the time with a lot of gamer friends. We all had this conversation. I have friends that are hardcore console players, people that do both. I do both. Then you have people who basically, at the end of the day, you know, they're PC master race. You know, I do both. I do console and PC. But at the end, when you really look at it, the console system is closer to being PC, which one day you want to come in and you literally just bought a watered down PC. When you just go and just building it. But if you can't build it, you better just buying a PC. Just spending the extra money just buying the PC because you literally just bought one. Because the sad thing about it is, well, I guess most people, if you don't build them, it's not hard to fix them. But I'm just saying, most people, if their PCs go under, they hire Geek Squad or something like that to fix it. Pretty much, if you built it and you can fix it yourself. Let me see. All right, we're good on this, right? Everything's uploaded on this one. Okay, we got the there. That's time. We're gonna add some anime to this. Yeah, not anime. You know, talking about move stuff around. So we got this one right here, has its own attached to it. What do we got on this one? Is there anything to it? Nothing. All right. Let's see, you're not doing that one. So slide it in. All right. Oh, I wish you had the one that basically does the Star Wars that slides up. I would love to do that one on here. That'd be a cool one. Oh, they should put that. That would be so cool. We'll do this one right here. We can do each one of these something cool because each one of these is a different one. So we could do this one right here. Oh, this would be hot if we just had this all put together crazy like a puzzle. All right, we'll do this one right here first. I'm gonna have this one spinning in. That's way too fast. We gotta slow that down a little bit. Okay, which one is the slow? Is this slow, right? Let me see. Oh, no. Wrong choice of... That's the wrong one. We're in the wrong section. This is supposed to be the spin. Do we have it hard or soft? Let me see. We put it on soft. We're going to just slow down a little bit. Let's see what we get out of this. That's still too fast. Spin. Just going to make it faster than what it was. It would slow it down. A little bit slower. Put it here. Gee whiz Louise, that's way too. Right down there. What do we get here? That's a little better. Oh, that's how much it spins. Okay, I got it now. All right, that's how much it spins. This has to be allowing it to slow down a little bit. So if we go up, what do we get? Slower? Yeah, okay, I'll take that. Right now we got this one right here. I think I'm gonna do this one on a slide. Can we do these on slides? Yeah, we can do them, okay. Oh, the expansion would be hot. Expansion. Yeah, hard to see. What do we have here? We can do, let's see, 1.25, 1.25, 1.25, 1.25, 1.25, expansion, come on, expansion, 1.25, 1.35, 1.35, 1.35, 1.35, 1.45, expansion, 1.45, expansion. Where are you at? Just saw you filming this video. Expansion, 1.45. 1.45. 1.45, 1.55, 1.55, expansion, 1.55, 1. No, here we go, 1.55, 1.65, 1.65, expansion, 1.65, 1.65, 65, 65, there we go. That's perfect. All right, that's good. Then they do dun 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 dun. Like a let me see if we get a preview on this real quick. I'm gonna save this real quick. All right, just save on that. Let's see what this one looks like. Here we go. That's perfect. I got a background display behind there too on top of that. Oh, that'd be hot. I can put two displays in at the same time. I just learned it just from watching it just a few minutes ago. An expansion, if I were to slow it down, or a fade in, if we slow down, I can show two images at the same time. I can show the one that's officially going off, and then when the fade comes in, the picture can slowly come in and cover that one and show another image. Can I do fade on top of fade? How many layers of fades can I do on top of a fade? There we go. We got something working on right there. We got to do a test page here. All right, we'll change these up right here real quick. These are the video slideshows. Oh, no. Are we in? Yeah, we are in. We're not in. We're gonna be in editing mode. All right, we need to change these out. I think I'm gonna do the arching or the turn in. I want the turn in. Where's the turn in? There we go. I like these right here. Definitely do the turn ins on these. The arching, turn in. I like to add something fun to the page. Animation. Yeah. All right, there. That's good. Yeah, these right here. These right here. Take these, turn in. Okay, these are done. And what do we have here for this? Wait, what's the one for the top? What's this one? That's a spin. This is a fade in. That's a fade in. So the carousels I like to do where it slides in. It actually kind of turns in. They come up better for the carousel because the carousel is turning at the same time. Here we go. That's perfect. That's perfect. All right, let's finish. Let's save that. That's done. Let's publish it. There we go. So that's good to go right there. So that page is done. So if I go over here to my visual effects, do it in real time. For ceiling application, Ambilight rejection screen paint. There we go. Fantastic. Pages are popping in. Boom. Boom. There we go. If I hit my links, if I click on it, this should bring where I got to go to my link, information, all from there. That's what I'm talking about. All right. That's cool. We built this page yesterday. I wanted to add something different on here. Let me see. And we have to link this one to the shopping cart. So when people buy, they can click on here. They can go directly to the showroom. I'm going to put down a showroom information, a showroom display. We'll put that in there for the links for showroom display. So you can go into the shopping cart. You can see the links for 1,000 lumens. You can see the links for how the screen paint reacts on this, that, and the other. And you can click and hit the showroom right in here. Boom. This is changing for ceiling displays, because we have table displays, we have floor displays, we have wall displays for 3D mapping applications. But what if a person's in there and they want basically strictly, they don't want the table or anything else, they just want ceiling only. That's all they want. So we have a section there just for ceilings. Usually the floor and tables all run in the same category with the wall, but the ceilings are different. All right, let me see. I'm going to go over to back over here to our page here. I'm going to check on something, do something real quick right here. I'm going to put another section over in here. Need some playroom. I'm going to grab me a whole section here. Boom. I'm going to take this whole section. We don't need this. I'm going to check on something real quick. Let me see. Let's take that out. I'm going to expand my image. You want to expand the image, you go over to where it says quick editing right there. You guys can't see any of that, can you? There we go, that's better. See, quick editing. So you already got your page here, but maybe you want to make your page a little bigger, or maybe you want to make your layout different. So you go to quick editing, and then over here in quick editing, I'm going to do tutorials on this, on how to build fast, simple pages real quick for your website. You know how to set up shopping carts. Not only set up shopping carts, show you how to basically categorize your shopping carts by your collection product line. So if you want to put in 2 different shopping carts, like say you have a product line for a special limited edition, and you have the edition here, edition and limited edition. You don't want both of the shopping carts to intertwine. You want for the customers to be to buy from one section here separately, from this one over here separately. So basically you have to start a collection line. You have to basically put a collection line like blue team and red team. So anytime you're making something and you want it to go over to the red team, you click on the option that'll pop up and say, this is your blue team, your red team. You click on red team, it'll automatically go to that marketplace only. That's how you keep them separated. But you got to make a collection product line. It's not hard to do. I'm going to do some tutorial videos. Once I get settled in and I get the WhatChamama set up, I'm going to do easy tutorial videos on how to set up a really fast, professional looking site that you don't have, that pretty much anybody can do it. So easy to do. How to drop all your links in for your Instagram account, social media, all that stuff right there. Dropping videos. One of the things people don't tell you when you do the video players is one of the things you have to hit is called loop. You have to hit that on your video player, because what's going to happen is any content that's going to be showing after that video player will pop up in your site. You don't want that. You want only your videos showing only. So basically you hit that loop and it will continue to loop only your videos. That's it. Can't go outside that. So you make sure you want to hit that too when anybody else's contact popping, especially if it's around the time where they're doing a lot of work for politicians. You don't want that stuff smeared all over your site. All right, so we'll go to our layouts. These are our layouts right here. This shows you different ways you can lay out your surface, what you want to put on. You can put it this way, like this way. You can have like a larger screen, which I like to use, the larger ones. Expands my screen size. So many different ways you can do it. You can have your product here and put all your information right there, however way you want to do it. So it allows you to set up how you want to put your layout in. This is the page we're working on right now. And with your text, you have your fonts. Oh, the font. It's font. All that cool stuff. So there's a lot of stuff on here. If you do photographing, man, you have a ball on here. Videos, music. You can upload music players. You can put samples of music and all kinds of stuff. Make visual backgrounds that explode, all kinds of cool stuff. If you don't like what they have in their library, you can go someplace else and upload whatever you want and just transfer it over there. It is fantastic. And the video players on here are fantastic too. If you got video files on here, you can just drag and drop them right in there. Boom, 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 be done. So people can come, they can listen to a little sample of your music. You can have it set up where they can listen to a sample of it and choose to pay for it too. You set your shopping carts up that way too. Shopping carts can also have video attached, show them all that stuff. All right, so we're done with this layout right here. I'm gonna come out of here. Boom, there's our layout right there. And I'm gonna change that background to some stars. So basically click on it. It'll say right here, change the strip background. And then you come in here, you got option of you can add your own images or the images, you can add videos or just straight color. We're gonna use an image right here. So here you're gonna have your site file. These are all your pictures and stuff that you downloaded to your site. Go hit this. And there's all your pictures right there that'll pop up. Now we're just gonna have some fun. We're just gonna see if I can do 2 layers. How many layers we can do? We can put in here. Well, I know if we do images we can do over and over again. We can do images. Layers you can only do the background. You can only do 1 time. So let's try something cool. We're just having some fun. Is this the mystical? Which one of these is the mystical? Or something mystical thing covers the whole entire page. What's this right here? Is the mystical? I think it is. No, it's not. It's not. Where is the mystical at? Alright, this is where something crazy. I'm gonna take these stars. I throw something for the whole page out, maybe not. Let's just take this right here. I want something weird for the background. Let me see. Oh, we'll take some lightning. Thunder, thunder, lightning, very, very frightening. Now you get tiles. Tiles will pop up. Anytime tiles will pop up, unless the res is really, really poor on the pictures. I haven't figured out how to. There is a way to go in and fix all that, but I haven't had a chance to play around with that too much. So basically, you go over here where it says settings right here. If you want to change out, you don't want it to be in tile, and you come down here at the bottom, you'll see where it says tile. Click on this. Now this will allow you to put it into a scale to fill. There we go. And you got all some other cool stuff down here. I haven't had a chance to explore it through yet, but I'm going to get around to it. I'll see to change all that in there. Now we got this whole thunderstorm thing going on right now. It's pretty cool, right? Now we can't put another strip over top of this, so we have to put images. So you go over here. That area right there at the top allows you to play with all the cool stuff that you want to play with. It's your toy box right here. Click on here. You got all these goodies. Look at all these goodies in here to play around with. So much stuff in here to play around with. It's not even funny. You can put in social icons, which I need to put on my site, which I haven't done yet. You can run links to all that. Each one of these icons up here, you can run links for your social media site right through there. You can embed codes if you want. In the coding and all that stuff, knock yourself out. So it's cool stuff that you can embed all kinds of encoding in. You can do your own customized embedding, all that other cool stuff. In different lists, you can put in there all kinds of cool stuff. This interactive areas that you click and they interact in certain ways, which we need to play around with this more. These are interactive ones. Sale, sale, sale. Hey, I could have used that one. We're having a sale right now. Yeah, we got to play around with this right here. This is interactive. How interactive? I'm curious. We just grab one of these and just see. Oh, it's a whole page attachment. What are we doing with this? Let me see. We're just playing around here. On this page, what does this do? Okay, shop rooms and shop rooms. All right, let me see what this is. Manage page, slideshows, manage slideshows. Change background. I wonder. What's the scroll 2? Scroll 1. All right, we got to put this in preview mode. I got to see what this thing does. Oh, we're gonna need one of these. This is cool. All right, it has those like slideshow on it. What is this right here? Room show. What's this stand? What's this for? Oh, that is interesting. All right. I want me toying around with that today. I got a blank page on here just for messing around with stuff. I just loaded on it. I'm curious what that does. They have all kinds of options and stuff you can play with on here. I need to go back to my, oh, we're still in the editing mode. I need to go back to my visual board there. That is freaking cool. Definitely got to play around with that. All right, we're definitely going to be playing around with this. We're going to figure out something to do with this. So I can link this to just about anywhere I want. Let me see if I want to see something for a minute. Let me see what you do. Where is the, which one for this? Should be an option popping up here. There we go. Manage slides. What's the manage slides for? Manage slides. Can we get access to that? An option should be popping up for managing slides. All right, let's go into your settings and see what's going on. Your settings are activating here. Oh, okay. I'm really not looking. I'm thinking of waiting for an icon to pop up over there. It's on this side over here. All right, manage slides. Slide 1, slide 2. How are we doing this? Rename, duplicate. All right, we do that for slides. So 3 slides we can put in here. We can duplicate slides too, if that's what's sliding across the screen. Right there. That's freaking cool. So I wonder, let me see. Duplicate. Rename. Delete. New slide. Add a new slide. There's a new slide we can add right there. All right, so how are we dropping the slide in? If we want to put that in there, let's duplicate and rename. So that allows you to rename each slide, so that doesn't do anything right there. That allows you to jump from which slide you want to go to. But how are we adding the slide in there? Is it a drag and drop feature? What is it? We have delete, rename, and duplicate. I don't want to duplicate it. Let's see, change slide background. All right, this allows us. All right, here we go. I was wondering it had to be here somewhere. So this allows us to change the background. Oh, we can change the video too. Are you freaking kidding me? All right, let's have a little fun here on this slide. Should we get the other one too? I'm curious what we can do with this thing. Let me see. I'm gonna go into my management. I think on this section for the slide, I might do, let me see, upload from computer. Let's see, we got tabletop projection on here. Where's the floor? Where's the floor projection? Floor projection. Demonstration label, picture. Oh, it's gotta be here somewhere. There's a mapping right there. Going with the floors. That's the walls. This is definitely the floors. Ooh. On the caption, the bottom page, take a walk on the wild side. So we're going to do a little floor section in there. All right. I'm going to have some fun with this one. Take this whole section right here. I wonder how many we can drop in this slide. We got 3 in here. So what are we going to get out of 3? Right. Let me get you out of the way. I want this whole section right here. Right. We can only do 1 at a time. Gee whiz. That's gonna, oh no, can we? Well, that's gonna take forever. All right, there we go. Did it go through? Apparently, okay, it's literally 1 at a time. We're gonna do 1 at a time. All right, so that's 1. Let's see. That's 1 of them. 1. Okay. Apply to other slides. No, if we apply to the slide, it'll duplicate it. So can we do slides and videos at the same time? All right. So let me change background. So manage slides. All right. That's 4. Manage slides. Duplicate background. I don't know which one went in to tell you the truth. We're just experimenting. All right. I'm going to do this one right here. See what happens. Apply to another slide. Apply another slide. I want to do that one we have here. Right, these are just the different selections they have in there. So what happens if I change this? Changes that over to that one? What, can I do multiple ones? Let me see. I'm just seeing this one right here. Manage slides. That's when we change. Bigger question is, how do we change each one out? Okay, I see it here. We have to click on it and change it. All right, we're just gonna grant it. No, might as well, because I gotta do my own work anyway. No, I could have went to site files. I literally could have went to site files on that one. So going all the way over there, just going to my site files and just grabbed it from there. All right, I see now. So it changes that one. All right. That's good. Then we go back into manage slides and we hit this one. It's the next one. We hit this one. Okay, I see. This is pretty easy. Gotta figure it out first, but I got it. All right, I see. We gotta do one at a time. All right, so that's what we do right here. Okay. We got one here at the bottom that doesn't add up. That's the one right there. Okay, we gotta take that out. Let's go to management. Get an image from here. Let's grab this one right there. Put it over here. Now we got all 3 of them in there. Okay, that's good right there. It's all done. Take this out. What's our settings here? Autoplay application speed. Let's speed up just a little bit. Oh, let's see. Oh, we can put in some info. We can put in, oh yeah, in and outs, crossfade. I'm gonna do the crossfade instead. I'm gonna do crossfade. How long would you like to last? For 1 second. Can we get 2? 1 point. I'll take a 1.1. Let's see. Hide content outside the frame. Yeah. Okay. That'll work. Let's see what we got here. The thing does anything interesting. Let's put it in preview. Well, I'm getting this. Where's my frequency? This is starting from the top. Oh, yeah, it did start from the top. There we go. Oh, I like this. All right, so we're just having some fun here. I get around to change this out later on. Let's go back to this real quick. All right, so this is from, let's get, come on, pop up there. Let's see. Manage slides. Oh, then I want to do the ceiling. Y'all could have did the ceiling this way with the slideshow. This would have came up hot. Yeah, move over now. I'm into this one. Okay, let me see. Okay, so let me see. Let's go to that one's nice. That one's nice. Right there. And this is the one that's coming with the other one. Okay, we need to take that out right there. Go to change size background. Change the image for that one. Then we're going to upload. We ran out. These are the ones I want. These are the more hot ones I want. I'm taking all these. I'll take that whole strip right there. I want these instead. Oh, that's pretty cool. I like that. So I always try to do something different on here. Some people will stick to the same comfortable stuff, which I was doing at one point. The coming experiment, I like that right there. I'm gonna do, let me see. We can change up for that video right there. I'll take that right there. Set the background. All right. And we can come out of this right here all together. All right. Can we change this to what we want? Edit text. It's 148. Gee whiz. Let me see. Is it all one word? I wonder. Nope, it's all one word. I don't have any idea how anybody could have basically been spelling something incorrectly on their site. It literally underscores in red if you basically are spelling something incorrect. Like, how do you not know that? Take a walk on the wild side. Boom! It's just some crazy wild font in there. That font ain't wild enough for us. Go crazy on the font. What do we got here? What about this one? Crazy than that. Let's put up that one. Ah, too much. It's too much. It's too big. It's doing 108. We're done. We can't get that one in there. Too much. Let's take this one. I like that one. I'll take that one right there. Let me just shrink this a little bit too. It's a little too big. Here we go. Take that right there. Are we in bold? Oh, we definitely are in bold. All right, this is we want to add in a link. This a link right here? Let me see. What's this right here in settings? One group. Let me see. One group element. All right, I gotta figure out what you are. I think you're a link. You should be a link. Should ungroup that element. Shop rooms. All right, let me see something for a minute. All right, I want to see this out. I want to check this out, see how this comes out. Let's preview this. Just a little bit. No, it's not doing it for me. Let me see. There's two sets that are popping up in here. So let me see something for a minute. Come out of this for a minute. So where's the other one coming up? There's supposed to be two. There's one. All right. What's our layout here? What should I say? Manage slideshow. It's doing a 235. What was a 235 display? We got manage slideshow. And that's all good. There's something else popping up over here, which I can't see what that is. All right. I need to experiment with this more. Because I'm seeing two things. I'm seeing two of them pop up over here. If I put it in preview mode. Where is this coming in at? Oh, it's one per each. That's what it is. I was wondering where they were coming in from. It's one per each. So I could break this down, take a walk on the wild side. So what I could do is I can put down take a walk on and then the wild side. That's what I could do. I could just break it down. That's interesting. Okay. I see how they're doing this. Okay. So we're breaking this down when it comes to each one. Each slideshow has something that says on it differently. So we can break this down. So what we're going to do is we'll come here. Where's what you call edit the text. And we're going to remove all this. Take a walk. All right, let me see. Get this right. Remember how we did this. All right. Manage slideshow. Share a slideshow. Take a walk. All right. Bring it down here. Change this up to take a walk. I want to bring this down a little bit. Oh, we gotta bring this. Change it a little bit over on this side. Walk. You can always go back and change this later on. Just curious about something here. Oh, wild side is separate. That's not two. Duh. Remember over here. Let me see. Let's grab our slideshow management. And that's a way I can teach myself how to do this. That's why I'm just taking a little time out of teaching myself something new. We need to make this a little bit bigger. And let's keep this simple, easy one I can remember. We'll go with George. Where's George at? No. We don't want to do George. We'll do the other one instead. This one I've been doing anyway for all my setups. Get all the way down there. Where are you at? Let's see. All right, we'll take that. And we'll come over. And we're doing an interactive section. Let's see. We'll take that. Then we'll come back over here to our slideshow. We'll manage it from here. All right. We're editing from here. Let's do the other one. This all matches. Sorry, people, I get caught up in this stuff. Okay, from here, and then let's go over and get another one. We need to go manage slideshow again. Wow, side, okay. Change this one. All right, that's perfect. All right, bump the crap out of the stand. All right, let me see, bump the crap out of the stand. Okay, let me see. Okay, that's good. Let's save that. Curious what this is going to look like. And let's see. Done. And give me a preview. Oh, that's pretty cool. I like that. So these right here, I'm going to change this out. I want to leave it the way it is right now, but the new setup I'm doing for my my art room / office / gaming room, I'm going to be doing my floor in there. My entire floor is going to have projector mapping, which I'm going to be using the I'm using the mat system for that. And then I can display my gaming room and floor at the same time, which would be pretty cool. That's pretty cool. That is interesting. Just mess around with something new. I don't know what these are for right here. I gotta go and really check on this right here. This looks like a link. So, okay, interesting. All right, that's cool. That shows me how to do it. So that's easy. The interactive pages. That's what I was looking at right there. Learned something new today. So that's not hard to understand. This right here are links. Let me see. So I need to come out of editing for just a minute. I need to have a look at these links right here. What does this stand for? Group elements. Group elements are for what? Layouts. Animation. I don't get what the group elements are for. Well, basically just directs you to the front page, which is interesting. What does this one direct you to? Let me see. I need to go into preview to get a look at that. That directs you to the front page. This has no direction at all. Just this one has a direction to it, to the front page. All right. I'll have to figure that one out later on. I got time today. Get that all done. Oh, shoot. I gotta go, people. I got packages coming in. Gotta go. Hope you enjoyed the demonstration, and God bless.